want to create a website using Drupal, then we can easily install Drupal to our website. In this tutorial, I will show you how to install Drupal with our website. At first, we have to choose the domain name, but here I want to install Drupal not only in the main site. I want to install Drupal with the subdomain, but the steps are same. So here, if we click on the subdomains, we will see a list of subdomains. One of the subdomain is tutorial.usefultutorialclub.com. We want to install Drupal under this subdomain. So at first we need to download the Drupal core software, and then we have to create a database, MySQL database, and after that we can easily install Drupal. So at first go to the Drupal website. Here we will find a link, download and extend. We have to click here to download Drupal, and then you will see the core. Under core you will find a link, download Drupal 7.40. Right now the version of Drupal is 7.40, but Drupal 8 is also available, but it's more Drupal 7.40 is more stable. So I want to install the version 7. There are two options to download the Drupal core software, either the tar option or the zip option. I want to choose the zip file, so I click here, and Drupal 7.40 zip is downloaded to my local computer. Now we have to go cPanel, then click on home, then go to the files folder. Under files section there is a file manager, so access here and choose web root and click go, and you will see all the folders and files are located here. So our goal was to install Drupal on tutorial.usefultutorial.com, and that subdomain is mapped with this tutorial folder, so we have to access there, and then we have to upload the Drupal core inside this folder. So to upload that file, that means that zip file, we have to we can use the upload option from the file manager. So I click here and it will give us option to upload that file. Now click on choose file, and then my file is located into downloads folder. Under downloads there is the file Drupal 7.40 zip file. I click here, that means I open here, and it will be uploaded very shortly, and you will find the status bar. So once the file upload is done, you will find a confirmation message like this, complete. That means our file is successfully uploaded. Now click on go to home useful public HTML tutorial folder, and you will find that the zip file is uploaded to this directory. Now we need to extract this file. So we select this file, and then there is option extract button. We click here and it will be extracted inside this tutorial folder. Done. And refresh the page by clicking the reload button, and you will see that Drupal 7.40 is extracted here. We don't need this zip file anymore, so we can delete it. Delete files, and then click refresh again. Now we need to copy the whole files, all of these files, inside the root inside this root directory. So we have to access this file and then select all the files. We can use this option, that this tool, select all, and you'll select all the files, and then we have to move these files to the root directory, and there is a option move file, and we have to choose the path where we want to move those files. So we want to move those files and folders inside this tutorial folder. So we have to delete these things and then click move files button, and very shortly it will, all the files and folders will be moved on the directory. That means the tutorial directory, the root directory. Now if we reload, then we'll see there is nothing. Now if we click up on level, then we'll see under the tutorial folder all the files are there, and this is the folder from where we move all the files. So right now we don't need this folder anymore, so we can delete it. Delete file, and this is the required files for Drupal. Okay, now if we visit, or if we try to access that URL, that means that subdomain, the subdomain name is, we can easily check the subdomain from subdomains option, and this is the subdomain name, tutorial.usefultutorialclub.com. We copy it, just copy it, Ctrl C, and then we open any tab and paste it, and then hit enter key. Now we'll see the Drupal installation page will be appeared. Now the first option is to select, there are several steps to complete this installation. The first one is we have to choose a profile, then we have to choose a language, then we have to verify all the requirements, then we have to set up a database, then after database setup is done, then we have to install the profile, and then finally we have to configure, and then we can complete the installation of Drupal. So here, before starting this tutorial, I already mentioned that we need to create a database for our Drupal website, and we are going to create a MySQL database. So here on the fourth step, we must record a database. So before moving forward, it's good practice to create a database from cPanel. So I am accessing my cPanel again. I'm going to home of the cPanel. Then here you will find on database like this type of panel, and inside the database there are several options to create the database. You can create MySQL database wizard, PHP there are lots of things. Or if you want to create any other database, you can also create those databases. Our target is to create MySQL database, so I am choosing MySQL database, this option, this icon, and I click there. From this panel we can create the database and a user to use the database. Okay, so that we can install Drupal easily. So at first we're going to create a database. So our subdomain name was tutorial, so we can create a database name like tutorial, and there is a button like create database, and if we click here, this database will be created automatically. So we click here, and it gives us the confirmation message that the database named as useful tutorial db is already created. Okay, so then go back. Now we created the database for our website. Now we also need to create a user which can use this database. So we're going to create a user for this particular database. So here you can easily create a MySQL user from this section. There is a section MySQL users, and to create a new users you have to choose a username, and you have to choose on password, and you have to retype the password this field also. So I am going to create a user for this tutorial db. My username is like tutorial user, and I have to type the password. Suppose for this case I'm going to generate the password. I'm clicking here and I'm copying these things. It's good practice to generate a very difficult password. So I am using this panel to generate the password. So it gives me this thing. I am pasting it here, then generate this one. Suppose this is a password. Okay, and then we click here, and then we are going to copy the whole password, and then I am pasting it here. this is very difficult to guess, and I'm using this password, and then I am going to create a new user. There is a button named just create a user. If we click here, it will create a user of this name. So I'm clicking create a user, and the password which we generated will be for this particular user. So it is giving us a confirmation that we have successfully created the MySQL user, whose name is useful tutorial user. Now I'm going to back to the MySQL control panel. Now we are seeing that we already created a database and we already created user. Now we need to assign this user so that this user can use this database. So to do this, we have to add this user with this database. We have to actually we have to link this user with this database. So there is an option, there is a section in this MySQL database control panel from where you can easily do this thing. So here at first you have to choose the user. So for our particular, for this case, our user is useful tutorial user, this one, and our targeted database was useful tutorial DB. So we are choosing useful tutorial DB, and then finally we have to click add to assign this user to this database. So I click add button, and it will ask me all the permission. Right now I'm going to permit everything. So I click all privileges, and all the things are assigned. Actually these are the rows, these rows are assigned to this particular user for this particular database. Okay, so I can create, I can uh, you can also copy this username and use the database username and database name, so that we can use the and paste it inside this notepad, so that you can use this later to set up the database. I'm not doing this, but you can do. Now at last we have to grant all the privileges under this user for this database. Now click make changes, and you will get the confirmations you have successfully granted privileges on database useful tutorial DB to MySQL user useful tutorial user. Okay, now our database creation and user creation is done. Now we have to go back to our installation of Drupal. Now we have to choose a profile. At first we need to choose this which type of profile we must have to find out, but here there are two profile on standard and minimal. So using standard actually is very easy and convenient to install Drupal, and you can get most of the all the things for your website. Not all the things, but most of the things. But if you install minimal, then you may have to install other modules also. But it's a good practice as we are learner to use this standard. Once you are expert, you can use minimal, and you can also integrate other things also. So choose standard and then click on save and continue. So we already completed the profile section. Now we have to choose the language. By default the English language is by default, but you can also install other languages. If you go through these links, you can get the details instruction. Okay, now we choose language English, and then we have to hit save and continue. So now verify requirements, actually the verify requirements is done successfully. If there is any issue, then under the verify requirements you will find those issues, and you have to solve those things. So as there is no issues or any problem for this installation, we are not getting those type of errors. Okay, now we have to set up our database. Here we have, at first we have to choose which type of database do you want to install. Actually Drupal supports several types of database like MySQL, MariaDB, or equivalent, SQLite, PostgreSQL. So right now we are using MySQL database. Okay, now we have to type the database name, database username, and database password. So database name we can easily access there. Here the database name is, so we have to go back, we have to go the home page of our database, MySQL database. Then this is the database name, so I am copying and then I am pasting it here under the name section. Then we have to create we have to type the database username. So here the database username is useful, this one. I'm copying this thing and then I'm pasting it here, and then we have to type the password. We already copied the password, so right now I'm copying these things and I'm pasting under the password section. Now we already choose the database, then database name and password, username, database username and password, and if everything is okay, then we will go to the install profile step. So after doing this steps, completely, then click on save and continue button, and if everything is okay, Drupal will install automatically. Next is yes. Now it is going to install the Drupal, and just wait for a few seconds. Very soon it takes like 5 to 10 seconds to complete the installation. Yes, now the install profile is done. Now we have to configure our site. Here we have to type the site name, then site email address, site maintenance account. These things we need to complete. So I'm going to type the site name. So our website name is usefultutorialclub.com. So I'm going to type only useful tutorial club as the site name, and the site email address. For the site email address something abc into contact at then site username. Suppose the username is useful. I can copy this thing and I'm typing the username this in, and the email address are the same, and the password I'm typing some password like abc123, then abc123, and by default the default country is United States, and default America, New York. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the save and continue button. So we are almost done. Yes, now if the installation is successful, you will get this congratulations message. Congratulations, you installed Drupal, and there is a link to visit our new website. So if we click this link, we'll see our Drupal website. So this is our Drupal website.